Juergen, we've heard from two prime ministers already this morning. What are you taking away from their speeches?
Well, first of all, I'm taking away an overall pretty positive message. There's a good mood here also at the CBI conference. Business is good. The economy is growing. We're one of the stronger economies in the world, certainly in Europe. So overall, it's quite positive. But of course, we have some challenges also. So we've talked about some of those challenges, and particularly what I'm taking away is, whilst there is a lot of uncertainty globally, what we need to do is to minimise the uncertainty here in the UK. And we've heard of things like business rates, like the skills levy, like obviously the EU referendum discussion. These sorts of things we've just got to try and fix because they're within our control to fix as fast as possible, so we give business more certainty so we can continue to invest and grow.
You touched on the EU and the skills shortages. They're running themes today. What's Siemens' perspective on those issues?
Well, on the EU, our perspective is very, very clear. We're supportive of a reform agenda. I actually personally believe there is a lot more support for Britain's reform agenda than most people think. And I think we just need to stop creating somewhat of a hysteria. There's a lot of misinformed information, and I think we've just got to get back to facts. We've got to look at what's good for Britain. Best for Britain in business is definitely part of the EU, a reformed EU. Europe want to work with us on that reform, so let's sort it out, get it sorted, take the uncertainty away. That will be good for British business and it will be good for Europe.
You're taking part in the Raising Ambition for All session this afternoon, and the Prime Minister's talked about increasing opportunity. What do you think will really make a difference to education and opportunity in the UK?
Well, the first thing that I'd like to say on this is that we spend too much time knocking our education system. And my experience is actually that all the graduates, the apprentices we take into Siemens, they're of a great calibre, and it gives me a lot of confidence, to be honest, about the future of my company here in the UK. So we have some brilliant talent. Of course, I understand that it's somewhat easier for a company like Siemens. We can invest heavily in our future talent, and we have a brand name that attracts it. So there are some issues. And the key area for me is in the vocational skills route. And I think one of the things we've really got to work on is A, to get the quality of the vocational skills route up, also to make sure that we give every person leaving school who doesn't want to go into a graduate route the opportunity of an apprenticeship route. And thirdly, as a society, we have got to see the vocational route as an equal to the graduate route, because at the moment that is not the case here. If your son or your daughter is going to go into a vocational route, it's sort of like, oh dear, they've not done so well. And we need to change that, and we should celebrate people who are going down that route as well as those going to university.